You're listening to Sip and Grow the podcast, the show where we taste awesome, delicious wines while having unfiltered conversations about our passions, experiences, struggles, entrepreneurship, and life. My name is Nicole Di Pasquale, and I'm a wine enthusiast just trying to pursue her passions and dreams while taking you on the journey with me, one episode at a time. My ultimate goal is to not only bring you wine knowledge and value, but also inspire you to enjoy your process and journey in pursuing your passions and dreams. Because guess what? The person you become while enduring the process is more important. So sit back, grab a glass, and let's sip and grow together. Hello, Sip and Grow fam, and welcome back to another episode of Sip and Grow the podcast with me, your host, Nicole Di Pasquale. So today I want you to think of high altitude wines, old vines, Spain. Stay with me. Are you with me? High altitudes, old vines, Spain. So we're gonna travel. We're gonna travel to Ribera del Duero. And this one's actually from a small town in Ribera del Duero, which is called Turbilla. I wrote it down because I knew I was going to forget. It's called Turbilla del Lago. So Turbilla del Lago in the province of Burgos. So in Ribera del Duero, which Ribera del Duero is part of Burgos, but I'm digressing here. I actually bought this wine in January from Plum Market, and I've been really excited to review it just because it was highly recommended to me. Also, it's like $30. It's in the $30 or $40 range. I have to look up to see how much Plum has it for right now. I just don't remember what I bought it for. But he was like, if you like Ribera del Duero Tempranillo, like you need to try this wine. So looking into it, the winemaker's name, his name is Cesar Mate. And he basically like partnered in 2008. Technically, they made their first production of wine in 2008, right? So like he partnered with 3 people and bought this little land, or a few hectares of land with vines, and their whole concept at the beginning with his partners were just to grow grapes and sell them. But in 2008 they made their first batch. It was like 3,000 bottles, and they were like, oh, like this is good, we should sell this. But the thing is like the land wasn't officially theirs, and they didn't have like an official winery or anything. So it wasn't until 2012 that they bought the land, and they bought a few more like small plots in that same area, that they officially opened up their own like brand production, all the whole thing, right? So like technically this brand was founded in 2013, and he's the winemaker. His wife's name is Marta, so that's why it's called Marta Mate, because Mate is Caesar's last name, and then Marta is his wife's name. And she manages the winery while he creates and makes the wine. So this is something, I think it's going to be really special. It's 95% Tempranillo, and then the rest is a grape varietal called Albillo Mayor, which I've never heard of it. And I just think it's a grape varietal that they use for like blends and stuff, but I need to research a little bit more on that, just because I don't really know much information about that grape. But I really like the concept and the label, and most of their wines are actually, actually all of them. I didn't find one. All of them are aged in oak. So this one specifically is aged 16 months. 14 months in oak, and then they transfer it to those big French oak tanks, which in French it's called faudre. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but It's spelled, I see it in all my wine textbooks and shit. It's called, it's spelled Foudre. So it's like just those huge tanks that look like a huge barrel, because it's made of French oak instead of stainless steel. So what they do is, like, once they age it for 14 months in French oak, they put the blend back into that barrel before bottling. Essentially, that's what I understood from what I read. So, we're just out here reading information online. Could be true, could be not be true. The best way to know is to talk to the winemaker themselves, but we didn't have time for that before this episode. So here we are. Here we are. I also like that they are a biodynamic. They practice biodynamic farming and have a lot of like ecological practices within, the process of making their wines. So I think that's really cool. And who doesn't love high altitude wines? Because I know I do. I know I do. Which this is. I love Ribera del Duero wines, but honestly, one of my favorite, I think one of my favorite areas in Spain that I love to like drink any wine from is called Jumilla. Like that place, I've tried some bomb ass wines from there, and I was like, yo, people need to try these wines. Like, what are they doing? Which they do. I'm just hyping up Jumilla versus Ribera del Duero, but who am I? Just some random girl with a podcast talking about wine, you know? Oh no, it's so funny. Like, I can tell the little tank is almost done in this core oven. I brought the other little capsule just in case, but we made it, guys. We made it. We got through. So immediately on the color, she's giving dark plum purple. Like, she is strong. She is in your face. She's bold in color. We love a bold lady. We love her. On the nose, ooh, a lot of dark red fruit notes. She's giving cherry. Oh, that's a bubble. That's a wine bubble. She's giving cherry. She's giving plum. She's giving almost like leather pepper. She's very spicy on the nose, and we like that. We like spiciness. It's almost like, what's that? Kind of like laurel leaf coming through as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and try this. I fear she's a little too cold. I was ambitious with her warming up quickly, but that's okay. She's too cold, but what I can tell from what I just tasted is that she is very, very like black fruit note forward. So more on like the black cherry notes, more on like blackberry. I would even say, dare I say, blueberry. Tannins are present. I would say it's like medium bodied. Tannins are present, but they're not aggressive on the palate. But they do stay on there and then fizzle out, I guess is the way to say it. I'm just so upset because this is way too cold right now. So there's not much more I can give you than that. But I feel like once she heats up a little bit more, she's going to open up. I also, one fun fact about this, which this might be the reason why it tastes the way it does, is that they ferment this wine in concrete vats. So like, yes, they age it in French oak after, but I also think I don't know about you, but for me, anytime I have wine from like concrete vats, it's like it has like a unique flavor to it. I don't know how to like. It's almost like it kind of calms down the tannins in the wine. And I don't know. I have to research the science behind this because this is just me and my opinions and thoughts when like I try wines from concrete vats. But I feel like almost, you know, wines that come out of there are very much like the tannins are more controlled and they're not as dry or aggressive or intense on your palate. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Let's see if it changed now. Yeah, she opened up a little more. I would just say it's like very dark fruit notes, um, medium tannins, nice acidity coming through as well. So it's a good balance between the tannins and the acidity. And it's just very harmonious and almost herbaceous as well on the palate. So if you like a good hearty red wine, like I would have this with a hearty meal. So like any pasta with like a heavy sauce, pork. I would even, dare I say, well, I would do more like, I wouldn't do a regular steak. I would do like a steak in a sauce. So like an osso buco with this, phenomenal. A rabo encendido, which is oxtail in sauce, phenomenal. I think anything with like a hearty meal behind it, this wine would pair like chef's kiss. So my rating on this wine, honestly, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I feel like it'll be a higher score once it warms up to the correct temperature because this is my fault. Like, I currently don't have a wine cooler. I'm looking for one. So if you guys know about a good one on with a good deal, let me know. But anytime I need to like chill my wines, I basically just put it in the fridge and then take them out. And like, I just guesstimate when it's like the right temperature. Um, I did take her out and like left her sitting on the counter for a little bit before jumping on here, but I fear we should have left her longer. But that's okay. That's okay. So she's an 8 out of 10. I feel like she'll be an 8.8 out of 10 when she warms up. I think it's really good quality Tempranillo. So if you're a Tempranillo fan, definitely check this out. They make about 16,400 bottles a year. So it's not the smallest production of wine, but it's not the biggest. I still think that's very small production compared to other wineries, right? So it's a very niche Tempranillo coming out of a cool area in Ribera del Duero. So if you're into that, check her out. She is more on the pricier side because I believe she was in the high 30s or like mid 40s. I'm gonna go ahead and figure that out for you guys and link her in the show notes and also like put the price point. But yeah, let me know if you try it. Let me know if you like it. Also, let me know what team you're going for in the World Cup because you know your girl is going for Argentina. Comments so far, I will say though, the USA is looking a lot better than previous years. Like one of my favorite goals in this World Cup so far was actually the one that was scored by US with the tres dedos. Like, bro, that goal was disgusting. Like, so good, so good. But we just started. So we're patiently waiting. We're patiently watching all the games. And yeah, let me know who you're going for. Anyways, I hope you have your wine tonight or during the World Cup games because duh, that's important. And I'll see you all on the next episode. Cheers.